Mine's up and running again. Time to inform the staff at the Western Environmental Observatory. Sam, when we first arrived, you may have seen a sign requesting assistance with road restoration. Since we're here, why don't we mine a little? That way we might obtain the necessary materials to finish the job. I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. Perhaps we could take a break? Talking in your sleep. Kept repeating the name Amelie.
Sam, Tarman here. I'd like to brief you on this next order of yours. Once you're ready to head out, access the delivery terminal on the DHV Magellan to proceed.
So, the files say you worked with Amelie to connect everyone in the UCA to the chiral network. But that despite your best efforts, an extinction event known as the Last Stranding seemed destined to kill us all. Until Amelie found a way to put a stop to it. She single-handedly sealed off the extinction entity's beach, preventing countless BTs from invading our world, and in doing so, saved humanity. But why am I telling you this? You were there to witness it all with your own two eyes. And you, of all people, must know that humanity can never truly escape extinction. The ultimate goal of Drawbridge's mission is to overcome the Death Stranding. If we succeed, we will be fulfilling Amelie's dying wish. At least that's how I see it. So in order to survey an area, I have to rely on a very special power. My strength of will, you might say. The requisite focus can be rather exhausting, but I'm happy to grin and bear it since it's for your sake. So, all it requires is... was that just now? Did something happen?
Sam, about the next site we wanted you to bring online with the Cupid. It seems we have a little problem. The tar currents nearby have grown unstable. Under these conditions, it's unlikely we'll be able to establish a chiral network connection. Our scans have identified a potential cause. An unknown device located within a brigand outpost to the north of West Fort Knott. It's hardly an elegant solution, but we need you to destroy it. When you're ready, the client in this case is the musician. I can't wait to hear... Don't let us down. Hey Sam, this is Tarman. The disruptor device we need you to disable is located in this area. You should have no trouble whatsoever destroying it using MP bullets or MP shells. Alternatively, consider getting close enough to access the device directly. You can use your ring terminal to have APAS hack into it, allowing you to disable it without resorting to brute force. Be advised though, Sam, that some of the brigands you'll encounter on site will be wearing armor protecting, and that every one of these armored no doubt their aim is to fortify themselves against ranged attacks. In light of this development, we've gone ahead and added armored enemies to our VR web. This way you can experiment with... That's all the information I have for now. Review your... We're counting on you, sir.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Sam, are you planning on entering enemy territory while carrying all that? With that much cargo on your back, they'll spot you in no time. Why not stash your backpack and any excess equipment somewhere safe, and take only what you need for now? Generator. I wouldn't want to be near that if it released its charge. Oh, good job, Sam. You disabled the target. And don't forget to collect your things before moving on.
Commencing route creation. Delivery.
Trouble nearby.
Commencing route creation. Delivery.
The weapons they were wielding were impressive, and the brigands themselves were a tough, imposing bunch. You know, Sam, you can have me scout ahead if it would make your life easier. Just toss me into the middle of their camp, and I can give you a better picture of what to expect. It's not very sophisticated, but it works. Just promise you won't throw me anywhere weird.
Credentials verified.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
Hold on. You're with Drawbridge, am I right? Hope the brigands weren't too much trouble. Though you look okay. Glad you can make it. Alright, let's take a look at this cargo of yours. I can see you took extra care with this. Thank you. Where the hell did you find this? You are the best. I'll definitely have more. I've been waiting a long time for this. Okay, use your Cupid to hook me up.
Now display your current quarter grade.
This is really something. I'm part of the chiral network, which means everyone can finally listen to my songs. Then with the music player, you'll be able to set the mood for your adventures. And just like that, yeah, looks like my weapon data has been shared with everyone too. So about the recording you brought me. But there's something off about it. I'll need more time to figure it out. Anyway, I'll send you updates via the SSS. That tar man's the one who recorded it. Said he heard it while he was out tar fishing. Call me crazy, but we might be dealing with something like a whale. There's not much else I can say with confidence. However, yep, I can really immerse myself in my work here. Sadly, all the music Still, not because of that update I pushed you earlier. The new music in it, you'll find a sample of my work. When you've got the time, be it on the job or relaxing some. Yeah, I got it from a friend who knows all about weapons. Now, this is way back in the day, when I was traveling in search of new music. Well, he said I'd need to protect myself. Taught me how to use it and everything. But I never did in the end. Just as well, I'm better with instruments, you know? Apparently this shines when you break it out at close range. Incorporates the latest tech as well. So in an ideal world, we wouldn't ever need stuff like this. Do what you... Gotta get going, huh? Well, you know, I've been wondering how those brigands got... I'm just saying, they certainly don't have the no... Oh yeah, I had another favor I want. I lost some cargo near and dear to my heart. I've tracked it to this dangerous place. The request's open to anyone willing to accept, but... Anyway, if this kind of works up your alley...
Thank you so much, Sam. I have high hopes for his work, but I suppose we'll have... As for that strange device, it seems that its effect on the tar currents blocked all chiral communications. So I think it's only fair that we call it a Anyway, while the currents in the area have set, we've received a number of troubling... For one, a tar eruption was recorded in the direct vicinity of West Fort Knot. A group of figures clad in red and a large unidentified black mass were observed just prior to this eruption. Needless to say, the anomalous tar current activity, so we can't afford to ignore them and proceed with network expansion. We've got no choice but to investigate and address any cause that may be... The corresponding main order has been... I've got a feeling a difficult fight might be ahead of you, Sam.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
God damn, dude.
Anybody out there? Just over there.
Looks like you have what was requested. All that remains now is to drop it off.
Can anybody hear me?
A new feature has been made available for now leaving chiral network coverage.
Nearly at our destination. See anything suspicious?
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Well, now, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Been a long time, Sam.
Fuck, how you still alive?
Oh, no, I'm just a ghost. Come to take my revenge on you and that bitch Fragile. All the way from the other side. Of course, there's no point in trying to kill you when you won't stay dead. But there are plenty of other ways to make you suffer. Huh? The kid kicked the bucket, huh? Shame. Goddamn shame. Tonight, what are you just lugging that coffin or pod? Going on a walkabout? Well, that's touching. Even if you don't know a goddamn thing about Lou.
What are you saying?
Maybe I can't kill you, you won't die, but you can lose everything you love. And torture yourself for the rest of time, knowing that death will never come for you. So you go on your little walkabout. Go wherever you want, but I will be damned if I let you link up this commune. Not because Extinction's my creed, though, no. Well, I want to build a world where fear and violence are king. And who do you think will come out on top, Sam? You? With your hippy-dippy network? Or me? With my more rough-and-tumble methods? I can't wait to find out. Just a good old-fashioned boss fight. Cruelty or collaboration? The eternal choice. Let's put him to the test.
What a hit! Cliche, but that one's gotta hurt. One. That one seems to have done some damage. Well done, Sam. That last attack of yours seems to have left a... some damage. Your attacks don't seem to be making a dent. You may want to consider trying a different weapon set. Whew, that was amazing, Sam. Great work. Now let's get this place on the chiral network.
Your name is Sam, isn't it? We owe you one. What in the hell was that thing anyway? It looked like a machine, but none I've ever seen before. Right. Wow. I honestly had no idea you were that skilled. I hope we can continue to... This moment's been a long time coming. Please use your Cupid. No issues establishing a chiral network connection. By the way, we've sent some folks out to recover the wreckage of that giant mech that attacked us earlier. Only prudent we study it, you know? If we learn anything of value, we'll be sure to relay it to Drawbridge right away. Thanks again for coming to our rescue.
Sam, this is the President. Due to your tireless efforts, West Fort Knot is now part of the chiral network. A great achievement. I salute you. However, this expansion has done little to address the anomalous activity observed across the continent. Elsewhere, disruptions in the tar currents are growing ever more prevalent. Only by connecting all of Australia can we hope to resolve this situation. And by doing so, we will create the optimal conditions for a new Plategate to manifest as well. We are one step closer to making the chiral verse a reality, and ensuring humanity overcomes extinction. The road ahead is still fraught with peril, but I have the For now, though, please take a well-deserved break aboard the DHV Magellan.
Order completed. Well done.
Was it really Higgs? He's alive.
He called himself a ghost, but
He found a way back from the beach just so he could kill us.
it was definitely his voice I heard. I didn't get a good look at his face, but yeah. He said he came back to get revenge on you and me. Screwing with our plans to link up Australia was just another way to do that.
They were all in red. Just like the ones at your place. That could have been him too.
You think that was Higgs? Did you see him hurt Lou?
I'm not sure.
Fragile, I need you to remember.
I only caught a glimpse. But they were all wearing red. This is all my fault. I had him at my mercy on Amelie's beach. If I'd only finished him off, none of this would have happened.
No. You can't blame yourself. You know, something's been bugging me. Something he said. You don't know a goddamn thing about Lou. It hit me after. He's absolutely right. I mean, the kid's whole life is a total mystery to me. So I gotta ask. Can you look into Lou's past? Find out what you can? Charlie, you, the ship's crew, you all have connections within the UCA, right? And at least one of you has to have access to the UCA archives that were recovered by the chiral network.
All right, Sam. Let's see what we can find on Lou.
Oh. Really, Sam? There's such a thing as too tight. Oh. That must have been quite the nightmare. I can't feel my legs.
Lou.
Sam, this is Tarman. Feeling refreshed, I hope? Thanks to all your hard graft, the DHV Magellan can get around a lot more freely now. More specifically, we can travel between any two facilities that are connected to the chiral network by way of the tar currents. Naturally, this includes Mexico as well. If you're curious about how the folks in the places you visited are getting on, you can catch up on any recent developments by accessing the Corpus via your ring terminal. And to have the Magellan travel to a given facility, simply open the map with your ring terminal and chart a course to your destination.
If you refuse, there will be severe repercussions.
But what makes you think you have a choice?
Sam, it's Charlie. Another request is ready for you. You'll find it listed as a main order on the DHV Magellan. So you know, Sam, Fragile is currently looking into Lou. Meanwhile, Tarman is conducting a separate investigation into the giant mech that attacked you earlier. For now, we would like you to focus on extending the network. That is a task. As the network grows in size, we will... That said, you won't be able to proceed until the situation... It appears that they're in dire... to the point that they don't even have enough to prepare... This next order is in... You're to restore the mine north of F1 after... as the... Anyway, I'd appreciate it if you could... All right, Sam. You'll need to work through several steps to complete this order. To begin with, collect the cache of materials waiting for you on the DHV Magellan. Take these to the mine north of F1. The location has been marked for you on your map. And when you arrive there, submit the materials using the terminal on site. This will allow you to restore the facility to working order. Next, access the terminal again to commence mining operations. If all goes well, a large quantity of materials should be extracted. You'll then need to deliver those materials to West Fort Knott. Consider making use of the monorail located at the mine to make life easier. Upon your arrival at F1, use the delivery terminal to submit all the materials for processing and to finally complete. That's all there is to it. So begin plotting your route. On this occasion, you'll be delivering some heavy materials. You can use a tri-cruiser to transport them. These carriers are ideal for taking... If that sounds good to you, and when you're not using the carrier for cargo, you can hop aboard and kick the ground. Just remember that floating carriers require chiral...
Sam, there's another porter here. Since you brought this site onto the chiral network, perhaps they thought they could make use of the additional data to make a safe run. Go and say hello?
Thank you, Kyle. Really handy.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Well done, Sam. I've never seen a working monorail before. Think of all the stuff it could carry. All right then, why don't we extract some materials?
Please submit materials.
Very good, Sam. Now all you have to do is load the extracted materials onto the monorail for transport. Let's begin by accessing that delivery terminal.
cargo transported by the monorail has been placed in your private locker. The cargo can be delivered via the terminal.
Did you actually manage to restore the monorail? Awesome! With it back up and running, you'll be able to transport materials from the mines. Right. Sorry. Let's take a look at these materials you brought. Would you look at all this? I think it's safe to say we'll have nothing to worry about for a while. It feels as though we're always leaning on you for support. Please allow us to return. Just wanted to let you know.
Now displaying your current quarter grade.
I got them just for you. They sure weren't easy to come by. A real... We really, at the risk of stating the obvious, it's gonna take an awful lot of... But, at least with this monorail operational, that's gonna go a long way towards getting other... We can fabricate pickup off-roaders now, by the way. It's a large four-wheel drive vehicle. Both the driver's seat is in an elevated position. This allows the driver to survey their surroundings more. You can customize it quite a bit too. That said, a lot of parts are still in development. The schematics for this vehicle have already been... Which means that we can look forward to other people drafting even... Sure. The monorail network was extensive and one stretched across a good chunk of Australia's coastline. But repeated exposure to timefall has... And with the constant threat of BTs and armed... If you happen to come across a track, even a small contribution... Anyway... We're so grateful for the assistance, Sam. You've been a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day.
You managed to save the day, Sam. The people here now have more than enough supplies for their needs. They should be able to prepare cargo for the next delivery too. But first, I have some information to share with you. About Lou. Return to the DHV Magellan so we can talk.
Order completed. Well done.
Thanks for your help.
Hey, Sam. How's it going? I have updates for you, if you have time.
I take it you've learned more about Lou?
We followed up on the message Deadman left for you at the lab. About how there was another BB-28, not Lou, who, according to the records, was decommissioned 4 years ago. The first time you and Lou met was about 2 years ago now, when you were entrusted with the BB previously issued to Bridges Corp's disposal. And together, the two of you made it all the way across North America.
Deadman and everyone else at Bridges, they all called Lou BB-28.
Right. Because that was Lou's serial number. You see, we found the records for the BB storage facility. By cross-referencing the data, we confirmed that after BB-28 was decommissioned 4 years ago, Lou was assigned the same designation and placed into storage.
So what you're telling me is that instead of getting a new serial number, Lou inherited an old one?
As for Lou's mother, following the C-section, it seems she passed away. And that, pretty much, is the extent of our recent discoveries. Without a still mother to provide support, it makes sense that Lou was kept in reserve. But we still have no idea who approved the serial number reassignment, much less why they did it.
Higgs said there were things I didn't know. Maybe this is what he was talking about.
I think it could be.
I want to know everything about Lou.
You're playing his game, Sam. Chasing after the past is what Higgs wants you to do.
I need to know where Lou came from. I have to know.
If you're sure, Sam, I'll keep digging. In the meantime, you should get plenty of rest before your next mission.
Charlie. A new order is now ready for you. I'd also like to brief you on your next destination. And I believe that Fragile wants to have a word as well. Visit the delivery terminal in West Fort Knott to take on the relevant main order.
Sam, it seems Tarman decided to leave a few books for you. They're right there by your bed. Reading is a wonderful way to take your mind off things. Trust me. That's Tarman's son. He must have placed a photograph in here for safekeeping. This is an important memento. Why don't we go and take it to him?
I found this picture in your book. Is this your son? Thank you. Yes. He's still out there somewhere, borne along on the currents, with this right hand of mine. It's due to my connection with said missing piece that I can read the movements of the tar. Something akin to a phantom pain. Do you want to hear the story?
Sure.
I was both a medical doctor and a geophysics researcher once upon a time. In those days, the tar currents were a key focus of mine. This ship was originally built to facilitate my studies, in fact. The deep tar hunting vessel Magellan, we named it. A ship perfectly suited to pursuing the creatures that thrive in the tar's depths. Another avenue of research, you might say. We called them chiral mammals, for lack of a better name. Seemed like the closest fit. Reckoned if we caught one, we could figure out all the mysteries. The tar, the tides, hell, maybe even the stranding.
Whoa, she's a big one.
Strip yourself in, son.
Tar's looking calm. I'll be fine, Pop. You seeing this? I think she's pregnant. Hey, Pop. This is weird.
Storm! And just like that, the tar took my boy, and my hand along with him. At first, I thought this little guy was my son reborn.
If I may ask a question, the hunters that attacked you after you caught the chiral mammal, are you sure they came from within the creature's womb?
Yes. That said, I'm not of the opinion that the hunters were its offspring.
Its womb merely served as a gateway to the other side.
Indeed. The tar and the beach are connected.
Moby Dick, or The Whale, seems to be one of Tarman's favorite novels. As the name Captain Ahab, one of the main characters, uses a prosthetic leg made of whalebone to replace the one Moby Dick took long ago. He's obsessed with getting revenge against the whale, which he hates. In the end, Ahab fails to exact vengeance on. He was rescued after clinging desperately to a coffin. That's right, a coffin was his savior.
Extraction was successful. It was transferred to a sterilized pod and sent to a separate facility.
Ready to proceed with corpse disposal? 1.
Somebody lend me a hand!
Sam, your next destination is the Northern Environmental Observatory. Like its Western counterpart, this observatory is a critical facility that will help us to monitor the changes taking place in the Australian environment. To bring it online, you'll have to navigate the canyon to the northeast of your current position. But before that, you'll need to link up another site en route.
Sam, the next site we want you to link up is called Rainbow Valley. A friend of Drawbridge is waiting for you there. Once the network connection has been established, they'll be joining us on the DHV Magellan. I recruited them myself when we first met in the UCA. You can pick up the order from the delivery terminal. I'm looking forward to seeing you both. Thanks again.
Order accepted. Thank you.
measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility.
Hold on a minute. Are you Sam? Then does this mean the drawbridge has finally come to the valley? Oh, thank you. I'm glad you could make it. It's an honor to welcome you here. The contents haven't suffered any damage. Well done. We'll be hoping to see more. The next step involves the
Now displaying your current porter grade.
The connection looks strong and steady to me. That cargo you brought along is going to make a world of difference, too. It'll allow us to proceed with our terraforming initiative. Hopefully, no more towns will have to suffer the fate of the one down below us. Oh, we've shared our tar cannon data with everyone, by the way. I suspect you'll try it out. See? You probably passed the town I mentioned. At a glance, it might have looked like nothing more than a cluster, but those were once buildings. As the desert kept creeping closer, the town they'd been forced to evacuate. Still, at least the exodus went to... This region was once filled with lush vegetation, until all that beautiful life fell prey. We swore to do everything in our power, but around the time we got started, the APAC people showed up. With their help, we've been able... Moving forward, we have to find a way to nurture... Thanks for everything, Sam. You and Drawbridge have helped... In particular, if you're looking to link up with them, you'll find them in the ravine on the other side of the river. Come back and visit.
Right. Time to meet up with our comrade. Let's see. They should be around here somewhere.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care. Nice.
Construction process now complete.
Stretch my legs.
River's rising, Sam. We mustn't underestimate the potential risks here.
just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed. Nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head. They keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun. And I said I didn't like the way he got things done. Sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head. They keep falling. But there's one thing I know. The blues they send to meet me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. The raindrops falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying is not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worthy in me.
I think I spooked her.
I really couldn't say. I certainly haven't ever seen her dance like that before.
It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me.
Go on, Sam. Follow her into that facility.
Thanks for coming, Sam. I'm sorry about just now. I didn't know who you were at first.
You're the picture of health, Rainey.
You too, little man.
You had some kind of a trick for dealing with time fall?
Rainey, it's been too long.
Fragile.
Can't wait to see you again.
What are we waiting for, Sam? Let's head to the DHV Magellan. Fragile. Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet the old-fashioned way. Carograms are great, but nothing beats a hug. Well, I'm sure you already know. This is Rainey.
She's a good friend of the cause.
It really is a pleasure to meet you, Sam.
Nice to meet you too.
Glad to see you in good health.
And it's so good to see you all again.
Sam, Charlie here. You may now undertake your next assignment. You can find the relevant main order by accessing the delivery terminal in Rainbow Valley.
Good morning to you.
Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Sam, your next order requires you to recover an escaped kangaroo, the subject of an important experiment. Seems the bushland area it hopped off to is one where the chiral density is extremely high, meaning you'll need to get it back to the animal shelter ASAP to ensure its safety. This is a ticking clock situation, Sam. I'll brief you on the details while you review your map. Accept the main order from this delivery terminal when you're ready to get underway. Hey Sam, Charlie here. Since this is your first order involving the capture and preservation of animals, the kangaroo is somewhere in this area. Once you've arrived, use your Odra deck to begin searching for the... You can transport the kangaroo in your standard issue animal carrier. No need to get close enough to the kangaroo and deploy the carrier to capture it. It will be a bulky piece of cargo, but you should be able to carry it on your back like any other container. However, you will need to traverse some heavily wooded mountains as well as... Bear this in mind when considering what equipment to take with... All right, time to proceed with route...
Commencing route creation. Delivery route 5.
Order accepted. Thank you. What in the world?
We have a situation, Sam. I'm tracking a fresh bushfire near the injured kangaroo's location. Clock's ticking. Secure the poor little bugger ASAP and bring the shelter onto the chiral network. Once the DHV Magellan can join you on site, we'll see what we can do about that fire.
We need to get away from here as quickly as possible. Sam, over there! I see the kangaroo! Get close enough to put it in an animal carrier for transport. Marked as a dangerous location on your map, sir. We could get trapped here by the bushfire. Keep moving to ensure that doesn't happen. Still not sure how we survived that. Anyway, we have a Cupid to connect, right?
Okay, just a bit further now.
Good morning to you. Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons de-
You must be Sam. We've heard all about you from your friends at Drawbridge. Go ahead and connect us to the chiral network.
Thank you, Sam. Don't worry about the fire. Rainey will put it out for us.
Tell me though, who is she exactly?
Must be about 6 months now, since I first heard about the girl who brought the rain.
Whenever I stepped outside, the time fall came. There was nothing that I could do to make it stop. And they hated me for it. Including my parents, who told me to leave. I was the witch who brought the time fall. A monster to be locked up in a cage. A few even tried to burn me alive. The most dedicated witch hunters. So I struck out on my own. I was alone for so long. In desperation, I enrolled in a special UCA program, hoping to find purpose as a mother.
Hi there. You're safe.
But even after I got pregnant, I still couldn't find anyone willing to take me in.
no! We need to leave right now!
Please!
God, get out of here!
No one wanted anything to do with me. All they saw was a witch, to be hated and feared. Until that day. I'm so sorry.
Hey there. You're Rainey, aren't you?
Who's asking?
Someone who's been looking for you. For you and your power.
You want my power? Why?
You're a pharmacon. Medicine that can harm, poison that can heal. It's all in how you use it. Want to come work for me? I believe you can save the world.
You do?
There are things only you can accomplish.
Only me. Really?
Really. My name's Fragile. And I'm happy we could finally meet. I'm here for you. For both of you. I'll be your umbrella. And together we'll show the world the hope in your reign. Come on. Who wouldn't want the baby to catch a cold? Come on.
Drawbridge is even more amazing than we'd heard. Thanks to everything you've done for us, the animals are unharmed and the facilities are holding up just fine. It's a wonderful relief. The kangaroo seems to be in fine spirits. You took good care of it, I can tell. I can't believe you found this. We doll, but I hope you'll continue to work with us.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Oh, she's so very special to us, and once she's had a bit more time to recuperate, we'll move her to the reserve next. By the way, we've uploaded our decoy hologrenade. You can trigger it remotely once thrown. It might just save your life if you run afoul. Well, we first found her in an area. How wild animals are affected by prolonged exposure is something we still don't understand. But it's thought this may be a key. So, you can see why It's... The vegetation around here didn't die out like elsewhere, and after we screen each animal in our... When that kangaroo you rescued is strong enough... Well, that being said... Change causing never-before-seen creatures to appear. Which is why we strive. Cheers, Sam. You really helped us out. At this rate, we're poised to lose so many between the bushfires caused by chiral cinders and animals behaving strangely. But I've heard that these environmental anomalies might be resolved, so I've got high expectations. Speaking of which, how would it be a simple matter of capturing any wild animal? Even a few would make a real difference.
Well done, Sam. Return to the DHV Magellan and report to the bridge. I'd like to...
Order completed. Well done.
We owe you one. Till next time.
Remember to rest, Sam.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
When she's outside, Rainie's constantly surrounded by timefall. But within a 1.5-meter radius of her body, a different kind of precipitation is observed. We call it core fall. Anything it touches is restored to an earlier state. In other words, it has the power to heal and repair, to counteract timefall's effects. Sadly, people only see the timefall, and not the remarkable woman standing in the eye of the storm. Still no signs of growth?
I should be due any day now. If things were normal, that is. But the baby's still stuck at 7 months.
She has still baby syndrome. Have you ever heard of it?
I met a few preppers in Mexico that had something like that.
They're not isolated cases. It seems to be happening everywhere. Though who knows if it's a syndrome or a symptom of something else.
Simply put, the fetus stops growing at about 7 months. To be clear, it doesn't die, but it no longer moves, as if it's frozen in time. Several treatments, including C-sections, have been attempted. Unfortunately, removal from the womb invariably results in death. And while not all pregnancies are affected, it's yet another contributing factor to the already low birth rate. The Genetic Diversity Conservation Initiative just isn't enough to compensate.
You got any idea what's causing it?
There's speculation that it's due to an imbalance in the beach itself. I'm sure it's been explained to you before that countless individual beaches exist, a multiverse of beaches, so to speak, and that they are all governed by an upper beach on a higher plane. Expansion of the chiral network to cover the whole UCA may have inadvertently disrupted the link to that beach. Or so they think.
BB units were also 7-month-old fetuses. So it's not hard to believe that the beach might very well influence the unborn.
While I can offer you no concrete answer, I can state that the plan to extend the chiral network into the Australian continent, to take it worldwide, is also intended to help restore balance to the aforementioned upper beach. And in doing so, it is possible that we may resolve the issue of still baby syndrome. Sam, it's Charlie. You'll be happy to hear that a request has come in which will take you to your next destination. Unfortunately, no nearby facilities have the capacity to prepare the cargo. So it's going to be a long-distance delivery from West Fort Knott instead. Moreover, this request requires you to transport a large quantity of cargo. Careful consideration will need to be given to your route, and you'll access the delivery terminal. Oh, and the DHB... Just open your ring terminal.